Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this month's AMA. For those that are in the United States, I hope you all had a really awesome Thanksgiving. November has been a very exciting month for crypto with more exposure for Bitcoin and especially eyes on utility projects like Hedera. And we've seen H bar um, with like 247% increase in price action in November alone. So very exciting times. Here at SaucerSwap, it's been a busy month and we're really excited to address your questions. So whether you're gearing up for the holidays or wrapping up the year, we hope you're in a good spirits. So I'm joined today by ABFTFTW as my co-host.
Hey, thanks, Pineapple. Great to be here with everyone as usual. We've got some fantastic questions lined up touching on governance, ecosystem growth, marketing, and more. So let's get started, Peter.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for this AMA. Today I am here with Joseph to answer your questions from the week. Before we dive into those, we want to start with a quick status update on the project, specifically focusing on the roadmap moving forward. So over the past few months, we've noticed a common theme, which is some uncertainty about the future vision of the project. And that is actually completely understandable because our initial roadmap has essentially been completed. There are a few items that remain. I probably would be remiss not to mention community pools, but the major features have all been delivered. And when you look at what's left, it might seem like feature creep or some disconnected updates that lack kind of a unifying theme or vision. And we think that this is kind of the biggest problem right now for the project, but also the biggest opportunity. And we're pretty positive about this one and optimistic. So to give you some insight, behind the scenes, we've been working on a new vision for the project, and we're kind of jokingly calling it internally the Renaissance of SaucerSwap. But in all seriousness, this will be a new multi-year roadmap that introduces substantial features to the project. And it's not, just kind of small features like limit orders, although we do see a lot of value in that. But really kind of more transformative, large endeavors. So we are really excited about this. We're especially excited to share this vision because I think it's what we've kind of all needed for at least a few months now, is a North Star. And I think this is kind of manifested in a few ways, a lack of that. I think that a shared vision kind of energizes everybody. It keeps the community engaged. You all, if you want to get involved, you can look towards that vision, that roadmap to create content, share posts, bring more people into the fold. And I think we've lacked that for a few months. So, I think that this updated roadmap will kind of come from a solid foundation. Before, when we had the initial roadmap, it was very speculative, but we have essentially delivered on all those items. We have delivered two interconnected versions of the protocol, SaucerSwap version 1 and version 2. We have a unique staking mechanism, a unique to Hedera governance architecture, and some other essential features. And now we can publish a new roadmap with that foundation in place. So I think we're pretty set up for success here. Our plan is to publish this new multi-year roadmap by the new year, so just in the next few weeks. And we believe that this will spark some fresh excitement and new engagement in the community. So in the meantime, if you do have wishlist items, like Limit orders I know is kind of been a hot topic for the last few weeks. We've seen a few people posting in the general chat about that, or anything else that you would like to see on the roadmap. Do let us know, and we'll consider incorporating them into the roadmap. But that's kind of the major story for today. We want to share a common vision moving forward for the next chapter of SaucerSwap's growth. So you can look forward to that coming out in the next few weeks.
Thank you so much for that, Peter. A new North Star and a renaissance of SaucerSwap 2025 is going to be really exciting. So let's get started with the Q&A. The first one is from Lounge Lizard. How does the SaucerSwap DAO ensure governance aligns with long-term sustainability and decentralization while mitigating manipulation risks?
Hey guys, great to be here. So, yeah, governance has always been a cornerstone of SaucerSwap, and we've been very deliberate in creating a system that aligns with sustainability and decentralization, while minimizing risks like manipulation. We largely draw our inspiration from Hedera and their path to decentralization in this regard. And also, if we look at Uniswap, which our model is largely based on, it has been successful at avoiding like blatant manipulation, so that reinforces our design choice. And with the proper checks and balances, decentralized governance can thrive. Just to kind of break it down, like our path to decentralization, we started with proto governance that worked with the Plonkypock NFTs, and it was largely off-chain and very permissioned. But it did establish the foundation for a community driven governance model. And in our current iteration, we've transitioned to a system that's based on the Hedera consensus service and uses token weighted voting in a more formalized framework. It's still largely restrictive in what can be done, but I guess as the protocol matures, it's natural that governance will also evolve. So future iterations will build on the strengths of our current framework, and with the goal being more decentralization and automation where appropriate. It's also worth noting too that because we use the Hedera consensus service, we don't have to worry about self-executing smart contracts or handling like call data in proposals. So that I guess limits like the risk in governance execution compared to smart contract based governance frameworks like Uniswap.
Alrighty, thank you so much for that, Joseph. This next one is by Septia regarding the 2023 July 15th AMA. Probably can't tell us who or what the project is, but is that project still under development? Or are they still part of the council?
Yeah, so I didn't go back to see what exactly was said in that AMA, but I think it's probably referring to LG. And without giving too much information, I think they are still planning to use the SaucerSwap API and contracts for some product integration. Yeah, we're still really excited about it. I think it's just probably moving a bit slower than we had initially thought, but beyond that, we don't really have more information to share about that specifically right now.
Yeah, as we all know, big corpos roll slow. All right, moving on with the Q&A. Anok asks, when will Sauce be listed on Binance or Coinbase? Would you consider working with the HBAR Foundation to facilitate the listing or on major exchanges?
Yeah, so for those large centralized exchange listings, like those firmly tier one centralized exchanges like Binance and Coinbase, we have taken a collaborative approach working with Hedera and HBAR Foundation leadership. We have filled out applications for both of those centralized exchanges. just to manage expectations, we don't have a timeline for future listings on centralized exchanges. We don't want to put out messaging on this. I think it's complicated, some stuff in the past. So, we're certainly open and value increasing visibility and accessibility. And again, we have filled out applications for those exchanges. Right now, we are more interested in focusing on the next phase of development for the project. Like I mentioned before, this updated roadmap. And we think that building real value is actually the best way to get listed on the leading centralized exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. So that's our focus. I will also mention that there have been a couple of centralized exchanges that have just listed SaucerSwap of their own volition. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was CoinEx, and then that Indonesian Triv, I believe is the name, recently. So I think that's testament to this idea that, focusing on developing the best protocol is kind of the best way to pursue these centralized exchange listings.
Thanks for that, Peter. This next question is from Lounge Lizard. How close are we to more bridges coming online? And how does the team plan to engage with the wider crypto ecosystem once they are available? Chris V has a similar question. Is there a plan to incorporate a bridge to facilitate interoperability between chains? Are you also evaluating the possibility of expanding SaucerSwap to other chains?
Yeah. The last timeline communicated to us from the Axelar team and the HBAR Foundation is the end of year or beginning of 2025 for a full mainnet integration of Axelar. And the bridge that is powered by Axelar is Squid router. So Axelar is kind of like the communication protocol. Squid is the bridge. On our end, we have fully integrated Squid in our dev environment on the bridge page. So that's kind of the front end bridge integration item. We will be able to go live with that bridge page as soon as Axelar goes live on mainnet. We are similarly prepared to take pretty much the same approach regarding UX with any additional bridges like Layer 0. The idea is to just make it very easy to bridge directly onto SaucerSwap and capture the liquidity there. Regarding how to engage with the wider crypto ecosystem, we're basically following the strategy as defined by the HBAR Foundation, which is to focus narrowly on USDC when the bridge first goes live. So when Squid first goes live, our understanding is that the kind of only token that you can bridge via the interface will be USDC, and it will come across as Hedera native USDC, importantly. And then we'll track that liquidity of Hedera native USDC growing as the single KPI. And after that, we can broaden objectives, target more tokens, such as some blue chip tokens like Wrapped Bitcoin, Wrapped ETH. So from our perspective, we're working with the HBAR Foundation and Axelar to optimize for those targets in the order that the HBAR Foundation sees it best, at least initially. So after that initial phase is completed, I think there will be more latitude in decision making. We can incentivize more unique token pairs, and that will be up to governance to kind of let the market decide how we want liquidity to come across. I think one area of interest in particular is RWA tokens, and Axelar has an interesting kind of system that is a permissionless way to add tokens to their bridge. So right now with Hashport, it kind of goes through maybe a slower and less efficient process. With Squid Router, it's permissionless, so we can expect a wide variety of tokens to be coming across to and from Hedera.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Awesome sauce. Thanks, Peter. So this next question is from Smug Muggler. RWAs and SaucerSwap. Can/will it be a thing?
Yeah, good question. So RWAs are already beginning to take shape within this like SaucerSwap ecosystem. It's admittedly still in its infancy, and that's largely because it depends on regulatory clarity. A current example is Diamond Standard. So this is tokenization of diamonds into the Carat token, and that represents fractional ownership of diamond-backed NFTs. So you can trade that or provide liquidity on SaucerSwap V1 and V2. And Hedera in general, as we know, is by virtue of its like scalable tech, strategic approach to regulatory compliance, and developer infrastructure like the stablecoin studio, and I think more recently the RWA studio, make it uniquely suited for fostering tokenization of RWAs. And these initiatives provide like that foundation for scaling RWA integration on SaucerSwap and expanding the types of assets that our protocol supports. So we're pretty optimistic with the evolving sort of political and regulatory environment in the U.S. under like this new administration, and now there's been changes in SEC leadership. This will result in clearer guidance, and it will, I guess, further the adoption of RWAs on Hedera and SaucerSwap. So pretty optimistic, and we are just going to continue our conversations with established projects, new partners, and Hedera leadership, and provide updates as they become available.
It's all fantastic news. I really like what I'm hearing there, Joseph. All right, from Septia, can the team talk about the delays of Epic 26 LARI rewards? Will the team be able to scale to keep the time to distribute rewards under 24 hours?
Yeah. So sorry for the delay on that one. There was a delay due to two things. So one, there was just an increase in the data. There was more liquidity providers, more deposit and withdrawal events into V2 pools, or I should say minting and supplying and withdrawing liquidity. So that was kind of one factor. The other one was we just had an issue with one of the scripts that calculates rewards. So we have fixed that issue with the script. So we shouldn't have that particular issue again. And our backend engineer, Nathan, has been working to optimize the reward calculation code to make delays less likely moving forward. We should be able to kind of scale with the growing data. We should be able to match that better. So it shouldn't happen again. We do apologize for any delays, and just know that we are working around the clock when that does happen to get the rewards sent out as soon as possible.
Thanks for that, Peter. This next question is from Chris V. Is the team considering developing a futures platform? And a semi-related question from HBarb. When will Plonk Epoch NFTs be activated to improve staking performance?
Yeah, so we are not considering a futures platform at the moment, but I guess regarding Plonk Epoch NFTs, how we prioritize phases 2 and 3 of single-sided staking is going to reflect the broader roadmap and direction of SaucerSwap that Peter alluded to. So, I mean, addressing these features specifically, they seek to bridge the gap between project incubation, access to funding mechanisms, and then subsequent integration into the DeFi ecosystem, where SaucerSwap serves as like the core liquidity layer, and I guess access to incentives. So moving forward, these systemic changes we're introducing will streamline this development effort and ensure that delivering high priority features like this are at the forefront of our roadmap. And when it comes to our future direction in general. We're going to be laser focused on addressing the gaps in Hedera's DeFi ecosystem. So that includes streamlining user experience, expanding cross-chain liquidity, as we mentioned, and among other things, like fostering developer adoption through tools and integrations. And we think these foundational efforts will solidify SaucerSwap as the entry point for new users and developers. We can't detail everything right now, but we're pretty optimistic, and we're eager to communicate this soon.
Good stuff. All right, from Tehran with LARI, how SaucerSwap's making sure LPs stack their bread but ain't wilding by giving too much, too weak, or too risky pools. Joseph, I think this one's for you, man. It's got your name all over it.
Yeah, I can't match the language thing, but so the process of directing LARI rewards to pools, it's designed to be self-regulating through governance. So this is like feedback and proposals from LPs and token holders help to ensure the rewards are allocated to pools that provide the most value while avoiding over-incentivization of weaker one or like riskier ones. That said, us as core maintainers can take a more proactive role in the DAO. And this is just through proposing and voting on changes based on, I guess, our insights into the protocol. So we would just be working within the same governance framework as everyone else in that regard.
Thanks for that, Joseph. This next question is also for you and is from HBarb. Can the team talk about the interface fee and how it compares to other DEXs?
Sure. So the interface fee generally aligns with that of Uniswap Labs. So that's both in terms of the structure and also the pools and tokens it applies to. We arrived at this fee structure based on sort of internal financial projections that ensured continued development of the protocol and our interface, regardless of market conditions or token runways. And importantly, because we do have multiple revenue streams, we retain flexibility to adjust the interface fee as needed, so we can adapt to changing circumstances. So yeah, it's for us, it's just ensuring sustainability, so that we can support the platform while remaining competitive in the evolving DeFi landscape.
All right, next question is for Peter from Maurice. What are your marketing plans to reignite interest in Sauce and SaucerSwap? What, people lost interest? I don't think so, Maurice. Anyway.
Yeah, this has been a kind of hot topic internally with the updated roadmap. So as the marketing lead for SaucerSwap, I do have a lot of thoughts on this topic. My answer is simple. It all comes down to a shared vision, which is kind of the theme of this AMA. So without a vision, marketing kind of falls apart. Marketing should articulate. It's kind of like directing a film. It articulates a story. Marketing articulates a product vision. And that's what I meant in the intro about uncertainty. I don't think there's uncertainty in SaucerSwap itself at all. I think we've firmly established our market position. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. We have over 90% market dominance on Hedera. But uncertainty does, I think, exist about what's next for Hedera DeFi and SaucerSwap. When there is not a shared vision, people don't know what to post about. The content has to be a bit forced. The community feels maybe directionless. There are posts, but there's not really that North Star, and it's hard to maintain excitement. And it's like the saying, a fish rots from the head down. So I think the kind of top of the pyramid is that vision. And that's kind of our marketing philosophy, is reestablishing that vision. I think we had a very clear vision when the project started with a roadmap. We've delivered on it. It's time to put out a new roadmap. That's why right now our top priority is publishing that clear multi-year roadmap to define the future of the project. Again, this is kind of a top-down marketing approach. I believe it's the most effective, especially in this sort of environment, like a Web3 community-driven environment. People in the community who want to bring new eyes to SaucerSwap, there have been a number of people actually who have created support tickets asking how they can help. And what we found is that they're all looking for that vision. They said, what's next? We're looking at the roadmap. Is it like limit orders? What's the next thing? So you can only post so many times about how great Hedera is, or how SaucerSwap outperforms other dexes. You do need kind of more of a shared dream to create engaging content. So that's the plan for quote unquote reigniting interest. Just to not to beat this horse dead, but a shared vision for SaucerSwap's future through a roadmap. It will not only guide development and give us some clear landmarks to look forward to and track our progress, but also reignite community excitement, engagement, and we do intend to publish that by the new year.
Thank you so much for that, Peter. I think this one is also for you too, and it's a suggestion to get Chris V a marketing engagement role. His posts get fantastic engagement with great videos and graphics. This is from a anonymous user, I think, or is it from Chris V itself? But regardless, this question is for you.
Yeah, no, Chris has been fantastic. He is actually one of those users who created a support ticket to discuss his ideas with the SaucerSwap Labs team. So shout out to Chris. Thanks for all the support. For anyone else interested, we are always happy to hear your ideas about increasing engagement and visibility. If your initiative is sound and compliant, we're open to supporting it. So don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to see if it's a good fit. But I think that there's kind of only so much we can support. If everyone in the community reached out and created a support ticket, that'd be a bit difficult. That's why we do have initiatives like the Dog Star campaign, that will be awarded actually at the end of this AMA as usual. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, we award sauce tokens to community members who are highly engaged and helpful. Before every one of these AMAs, we have a little session in our social managers channel where we review some posts from the last month on Twitter and Discord, and helpful users in the general channel, etc., and kind of decide who deserves it for this month. So if you are looking for a way to get involved, possibly earn some sauce tokens, that's a great place to start. Super easy to do that one. There's no form to fill out or anything. Just post about SaucerSwap, help users, and you could win some sauce.
Yeah, shout out to Narioshi for coming up with such a wonderful name for such a wonderful award. Miss you, bud. Come back. All right. Next question from H Barb. When are you doing an interview with the H Barb Bull?
Sorry for the delay there. Yeah, I think an interview with the H Bar Bull right after publishing the new roadmap would be perfectly timed.
Awesome. Can't wait. This next one is also by H Barb. I think this one's for Peter. Any updates with the Hashgraph DeFi Alliance?
Yes, the Hashgraph DeFi Alliance has been buzzing with activity recently. So a few things. We've onboarded some new members. Bonzo Finance is now attending the calls. And Elaine from the HBRA Foundation has joined the last few meetings to strategize around USDC. As I mentioned before, Axelar bridge coming online possibly in the next month here, or at least in the new year, in the early new year. and some other bridges coming online like Layer 0. So she's been there for the last 2 or 3 meetings, giving presentations and strategizing, giving us some intel. So that has been really good, actually. And we're also collaborating on an onboarding page to make it as easy as possible to onboard new users to join the Hedera DeFi ecosystem. You can kind of think of it like just like a one-page. I know Hashpack has like their DApp page, and that's excellent. This would be something that is just like an easily shareable link, and it just has some call to actions for users. Create a wallet or import your MetaMask, stuff like that. So that is another initiative at the Hashcraft DeFi Alliance.
Awesome stuff to hear, Peter. All right, next question is from Badger. Just want to say the posts on X have been great, and I've started to see more videos from influencers on YouTube. Keep it up. Thanks for the effort. Go Saucer team.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's kind of rare to hear, positive feedback on marketing just in general. But yeah, with the release of the new roadmap, we will be doubling down on marketing efforts again. Like, I think it unlocks a lot of kind of downstream, more tactical marketing activities that we can do. We'll have kind of that top-down strategy. So anyway, you can expect more frequent posts moving forward after we have that new roadmap published.
All right, moving on. Next question is from Leonardo. Karate Combat approved a proposal for SaucerSwap incentives for karate. When will this be implemented on SaucerSwap? Thanks.
Hey guys, sorry for the delay there. So, assuming that the request for comment conditions have been met, the next step would be to formalize the revised RFC as a proposal, and you do this through the SaucerSwap interface. After this, users will get to cast their vote on both the proposal and the subsequent election using their sauce and XSauce. And this process is well documented in the official docs and the pinned post in Discourse.
Alrighty, moving along. This next one is from Celestial Being. Happy holidays, Thanksgiving, and Merry Christmas when it comes. What is one thing each member of the team is looking forward to in the new year? I guess I can go ahead and start this off. For myself personally, I'm really excited about the next evolution of SaucerSwap and how it will bring significant impact and improvement to Hedera's retail ecosystem. And, alongside that, I'm kind of obviously looking forward to the bull run. So,
Yeah, way to steal my thunder there, Pineapple. Yeah, I'm looking for a bull run there. All right, Peter.
Yeah, Pineapple kind of stole my answer too. Jesus. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I'm excited to unlock the next phase of growth for SaucerSwap. We are perfectly positioned to tackle the market in 2025 and scale SaucerSwap to new heights. So internally, we're locked in. We're determined to make 2025 a standout year. And personally, I just can't wait to get started.
Yeah, and I guess in true SaucerSwap fashion, I'm gonna steal Peter's answer. So yeah, no, we are very closely aligned, as you mentioned, which is going to make executing this vision much easier. So really looking forward to that.
That's something you can always expect from the SaucerSwap team during an AMA is just massive creativity on our answers from the community. So you're welcome. All right. Well, this is about to wrap it up. Thanks to everyone who tuned in today. It is always great to connect with the community and hear your questions. And Pineapple, what you got for us?
LOL, thanks, ABFTFTW. So, thank you guys for all the amazing questions and continued support. We really wouldn't be here without you all and your commitment to SaucerSwap and the Hedera ecosystem. This AMA was packed with really good questions, great discussion, and it's really exciting to see the community so engaged across all different channels of social media, from X to Galaxy and to our very own general Discord. And before we sign off, the team would like to award a Dog Star Award to a community member that has been helping promote Hedera and SaucerSwap on X. There were really good candidates. We will reconvene next time, but for this month, congratulations to Dollar Cost Savage. Thank you for your support, and please submit a support ticket to claim your Dog Star Award. So congratulations. Thank you all for joining in today, and we'll see you back here next month in December. Happy holidays.
Thank you, everyone. See you on the next one, and happy holidays.